Afternoon and good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and Coffee Stream episode 438. I can count, I promise. I hope you all had a good weekend, and that those of you who are in the path of the hurricane, I think it's Hurricane Ida, are as safe as you can be. And I hope everything is that you're keeping safe and everything. I hope things blow over for you and are repaired as quickly as possible. And I hope that everybody up here in southern Ontario who dealt with the thunderstorm last night, like we did, didn't lose their power and their internet and stuff for too long. We didn't lose power, but we did lose our internet for a bit. There was a lightning strike right out in front of our house, and it fried the actual plug for the modem. But luckily, Pincala was able to fix that. So we got our internet back. So I was able to do a coffee stream today. You need to do another news dump tonight. Ah, yes. How are you, Gunfox? I hope you're doing well. And hello, Eluin. Yeah, I was going to do a Beat the Blind Girl last night, but that wasn't going to happen. So yeah. Let's take a look here. We're just gonna kind of have a bit of a calm day. There is a couple of election ish stories, but we're gonna kind of focus just on some side news and whatever. And then Functional and I are gonna have Canadian Wednesday this Wednesday, and then next Wednesday will be, I think next Wednesday is the English debate. So next Wednesday is Wednesdays with Skep, but Functional and I are going to do the debate stream. We're going to do a debate, cover the debate that evening. So there will be 2 streams on this channel next Wednesday. So yeah, anyway, let's start with the news, shall we? Oh, and I'm also thinking of multi-streaming the Beat the Blind Girl. So setting up a StreamYard and sharing the screen. But yeah, sharing the screen. And just yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking of doing the StreamYard stream on YouTube, sharing the screen, and then just playing the Twitch stream through that. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so we're gonna start with this story. It's a little bit old, but it's still definitely worth talking about. Because I know that some people don't have Twitch. Okay.
You said multi-platform streaming?
Yeah.
Does that mean if you get the 10 fans, you're going to do what Monkey suggested and do naked gaming streaming?
No, because OBS doesn't work, and I can't do StreamYard to OnlyFans.
Oh, that sucks. Oh.
So that's why I was talking about a frickin' mini PC.
No.
Of course. Okay, let's see here. Where was I? So let's share the screen here. Okay, let's go and share the screen here.
12:06 p.m. Inuit. Custom emoji. 12:02 p.m. Chat message input. Please line press. Ellipsis. Text field.
Okay. So, I'm sure my Canadian subscribers have heard about this story. Oh, you're at work and you guys drove to Texas? Oh, that's fine. When you have time, you'll look at the news. That's cool. I hope you guys had a good time. So this headline says, Liberals Marian Monsef, I think that's how you pronounce it, calls Taliban our brothers. And this is the what the heck's going on out there? There we go. So this minister, I can't remember what she's the minister of. But she was speaking at a press conference on the 25th of August. So this is still fairly fresh. Oh, you're going to be in Texas for 6 months? Oh, okay. Boys being boys, it's fine. They'll walk it off. Yep. All right, let's see here.
While Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has made the point of calling the Taliban in Afghanistan a terrorist group, his Minister for Women and Gender Equality is calling the Taliban our brothers. You are...
Okay, yeah, she's the Minister for Women and Gender Equality. So this is especially, what's the word I'm looking for? Ridiculously stupid for the freaking for this Minister of Women and Gender Equality to be referring to the Taliban as our brothers.
Heading level 2. Story continues below. Third party. Heading level 2. You are currently on a YouTube video player. Group. Caught on camera. Oh, end of. We call on you to... I want to take this opportunity to speak to our brothers, the Taliban. We call on you to ensure the safe and secure passage of any individual in Afghanistan out of the country, Monsef said. You are... Jesus
Christ. That's just... Wow, that's just ridiculous. I'd like to call on our brothers, the Taliban. No, the Taliban are not our brothers. They're not.
We call on you to immediately stop the violence, the genocide, the femicide, the destruction of infrastructure including heritage buildings. You are currently on it.
Yeah, because the Taliban give a crap about any of that.
Monsef went on to call on the Taliban to return to the peace deal negotiated and to ensure women and minorities were part of that process. You are...
Why should... Okay. Not that I'm defending the Taliban, but why should they hold up a deal that the other party reneged on? What? That makes no sense. You cannot expect, like, okay, for regular, not terrorist people, you cannot expect them to hold up a deal if the other party doesn't hold up their end. Okay? Now you're asking a terrorist group to do something that you wouldn't ask a normal person to do. Are you serious? Are you serious? That's stupid. You cannot, if you can't expect a sane, normal person to hold up a deal after it's been broken by the other party, then why on earth would you expect criminals on the level of terrorists to do that? You dumbass. Okay, let's move on.
Asked by a reporter during the news conference if the reference to brothers was a softening of the government's position on the Taliban, Monsef said no. You are correct.
Of course it is. So what is it then? Is it a personal, you're throwing your personal beliefs into public politics and showing people that the Liberal government has a terrorist sympathizer on its cabinet? Because that's equally as bad. What is it? Which is it? Either that's your way of softening the government's position on the Taliban, or the government has a terrorist sympathizer in its cabinet. Either way, you've just made the Liberal Party look like garbage. I mean, like, even more than it already does right now.
Heading level 2. Story continues below. Third-party ad content. Heading level 2. Art YouTube. Frame. The reference to brothers is a cultural reference, of course, but let me be very clear. We do not support the Taliban. We are horrified that the hard-won gains of the past 20 years are at stake, Monsef said. You are currently...
No. You don't get to say that that's a cultural reference. You don't... These people do not... These people are terrorists. And they are killing people because they do not believe the same things that they believe. They are killing people for being born a certain way because to them that's wrong. And you want to extend that familial term, whether it be a cultural usage or not, that's... No. Like, there are plenty of cultural, uses of familial terms. But you would not extend those to, like, say, a murderer, right? Or a rapist, or, anything like that. So why would you do it for a terrorist? That makes no sense.
She went on to say that if the Taliban wants to be recognized as a legitimate government in the future, they need to act like one by respecting minorities and ending the violence. You are currently on...
Yes, only by respecting minorities can you look like a real government. You must be a peaceful, minority-respecting government. Not that those are the only two qualifications to be recognized as a legitimate government. It has nothing else to do with, can you maintain and build new infrastructure? Can you keep your population's public health going? Can you educate your population? Can you finance your population? Can you provide for your population? No, none of that makes you a legitimate government. It's only don't kill people and be nice to minorities. I mean, yes, those are important, but those are not the only ways to be recognized and the only criteria to be recognized as a legitimate government. Oh, I know, Gunfox. I know that what these guys do. Hey, Seamus, welcome. So yeah, let's see.
Monsef's comments were in prepared remarks, not in an off-the-cuff statement, and it's not the first time she has used the term "our brothers" to refer to the Taliban. You are currently on a text out.
Yeah, no, this is more than a cultural use. And this is a prepared statement, okay, like this article said. So it's not like she's, improvising her speech and, slipped up or something. This is she's sitting down at her computer and she's like, "Okay, I need to write a speech here." And she is consciously writing out, apparently on multiple occasions, that brothers and Taliban in the same sentence. No, I don't think so. I don't think this is a cultural thing. I think this is either you are a terrorist sympathizer or the Liberal Party itself has softened its stance on terrorism, which is equally as dangerous. You like it's to have to either have a minister on the cabinet that's a terrorist sympathizer, or to have an entire government that is like, "Oh yeah, well, we're just softening our..." No, neither of these things are good. And the sad thing is, if you point this out, right? If you point this out, you're a racist. It has nothing, like, I'm sorry, the Taliban being a terrorist group has nothing to do with race. Because first of all, Muslim is not a race, okay? And the Taliban are religious zealots, okay? So, you cannot be racist when you declare the Taliban a terrorist group. And when you call somebody out for extending such a familial term, a loving familial term, to such a group, to be called racist is the epitome of stick my head in the stand and pretend that there's nothing going on. It's so frustrating. It is so frustrating. And I had, like, I put out this, a couple of tweets yesterday about privilege. Because in society now, privilege is bad. Do you remember when privilege and privileges were things to be earned and worked for, and when you got them, it was like something to be proud of that you achieved earning those privileges? Like, oh, I don't know, when you first got your driver's license, you were proud to earn that privilege. Or when you first bought if you've ever owned a home, right? The first time you bought a home, that when you earned that privilege to be able to purchase instead of rent. Or, when you've earned your degree in university or college. Or, or even the small things. Like, even disabled people have privileges. Yes, we have privileges. You know how when you go to amusement parks and you're with a disabled person and you go to guest services and you get that little pass that lets you skip the line? Yeah, that would be a privilege. Okay? When you go with a disabled person as a guide on a plane or a train, you get a 50% off discount because you're helping the disabled person, right? privilege. Okay? And now you have people shitting on you for privilege, right? And then they equate things that you have no control over, like, oh, your skin color, or the fact that maybe your parents spent a lot of time working very hard, so maybe they have a bit more money than other people, right? Now, there is such a thing as flaunting your privilege and being an asshole about what you've got, right? That makes you as an individual a jerk, right? That doesn't make every person who happens to be in similar circumstances horrible people, okay? And that's what's going on in society, is that people are equating the people that flaunt their privilege and rub it in people's faces, which is an individual flaw, with they're generalizing, right? And they're saying that everybody who, let's say everybody who happens to work or have a double income household, flaunts their money in everyone's faces, or every white person happens to have an amazing education and a six-figure income, because there are some white people that do. Well, guess what? There are people who aren't white that also have amazing educations and six-figure incomes. Like, why are we equating individual asshole behavior with entire societal groups? What fucks me off is when blind people treat races different based on the color of their skin. I actually had a conversation with a British blind person. I can't remember who it was. But we were talking about how there were a couple of, I can't remember, it was Sargon and Irate, but then Irate Bear, now Irate Alex. And they were, oh, they're racist, they're racist against, black people and blah blah. And I'm like, okay, I'm like, I don't know how, I'm not sure about Sargon, but you do know that Irate Bear is mixed. He doesn't sound black. And I'm like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? He doesn't sound black. That is as dumb as you don't look blind. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, that is the dumbest shit I've heard. And he's like, well, that black people have a certain sound. And I'm like, that's what I said. I'm like, that's racist as fuck, dude. Like, wow. Doesn't sound black. Okay, that's amazing. That's just amazing. So yeah, this all of this roundabout way to say that this woman is absolutely wrong for referring to the Taliban as our brothers. And also, it is wrong to call people that call this woman out racist, because it is not racist to say that. Good morning, Turk. Okay. Moving on. Moving on. Oh, goody, goody, goody. We're gonna do another Ask Amy column. These are often rage inducing. See, like I said, we're just gonna have a calm Monday. We're gonna get back into the full election nonsense on Wednesday. I revile people who treat other people different based on things they can't control. I treat everyone with respect. Yeah, exactly. Right? Exactly, Maniac Man. If we use the stereotypical deep black voice, I used to think Ranting Monkey was black, and I've heard some black people that sound white and nerdy as heck. Exactly! Exactly. You cannot base things off on a voice. Like, especially in like in the deep south, right? There are some white people who sound African American, but they're not. It's just because the South has a very it's a very specific accent. All right. Let's share the screen for this story. Yes, I'm singing about what I'm going to do. Sue me. Okay. All right. Actually, no, don't sue me. But if you would like to hit up that blindpress.net and send in a donation or get some moich. Yes, I said moich. All right, here we go. Ask Amy. Elder parents' views cause concern. Let's see here. Headline, where are we? Okay. So, here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Okay, so this lady is 53. I just heard it voiceover say before I stopped it.
D. Ramey, I am a 53-year-old woman. I have always been very close to my, now 80-something parents, but our recent national political drama has forced us into different corners. You are currently on a tech...
Oh my god. You guys are 53 and 80-something. So you are... Okay, let's see.
Story continues... I try to think critically and independently. My husband and I have both had more conversations about politics recently than our entire 31 years of marriage. You are currently on...
Okay.
YouTube video. YouTube.
You try to think critically and independently, huh?
YouTube. Now both of my parents are forwarding long email chains full of falsehoods and dangerous conspiracies written by anonymous authors and not fact-checked in any way. You are currently on...
Written by anonymous... what email chains are they forwarding? I'm confused. This is very vague.
They spend time on Facebook posting threads and repeating things which are cringeworthy and preposterous. They expect me to agree with them or else forever lose their respect. You are currently on a text element.
Cringeworthy and preposterous. How can you sound both like a 20 to 30-year-old and a 50-year-old at the same time? Cringeworthy and preposterous.
It is breaking my heart that we cannot find other subjects we can discuss without devolving into the same arguments and ugly rhetoric. You are currently on...
Well, why are you being so vague? Like, what's being said? Where's the information coming from? What like, what email chains? What are they posting on Facebook? Why, like...
I am avoiding their calls and not responding to those emails. You are correct. I am expected to pick a team and have drawn some boundaries, but my dad, especially, is trying to bait me into verbal conflicts, and I've had enough. You are... Story continues below.
Okay.
Third-party ad save frame container. Chrome has new window. End of. I feel as if his attempts to trigger me are insulting and hurtful. You are currently...
His attempts to trigger you. Okay, is he trying to debate you, or is he trying to throw you into some sort of PTSD thing? Like, Jesus Christ.
I know I'm not alone in alienated family relationships these days, but I'm not sure how much I can take. You are... I don't want to spend the last years we have together having arguments about being recruited or evangelized to their team. You are correct.
Are you sure they're trying to recruit or evangelize you, or are you, like, just not even listening to what they have to say? Who are you voting for? I don't know yet. Quite honestly, I really don't.
Help! Dumbfounded daughter. Dear dumbfounded, one way to cope with this tension and pressure would be for you to deliberately reduce the material that triggers your reaction. Create a rule on your email inbox where you direct email from your folks' accounts directly into a folder. You could then scroll through during a time when you're prepared or ignore these emails altogether. You are currently on a text element. Hide their posts on Facebook, or better yet, disengage from that platform entirely. You are current. Story continues. Third-party ad content. Save frame container. End of. Third-party ad content. Chrome has new window. You are currently on a text. End of. Breathe through your personal contact with them. Affirm, consistent, and deflect. Dad, I'm not going to discuss this with you. Let's find a different topic. Okay, tell me, did you and Mom play golf last weekend? You are currently on a text.
Yes, let's divulge to small talk. Let's only have small talk with your parents. They're both women. The person asking for advice is a woman, and the columnist is a woman.
Rinse, repeat, and don't bite the hook. You are currently on it. At their age and stage in life, they will need a healthy, balanced, and calm person in their corner. You are currently on YouTube video.
Yes, so only talk small talk with your mom and dad who have brought you up. To think critically and independent. Oh my god.
YouTube. End of. YouTube unmute video. D. Raimi, my sister, who lives in a city about 2 hours flight time from us, has been pressuring my husband and me to visit sometime soon, or to commit to staying at her house this coming Christmas.
Oh no! My sister, who only lives 2 hours away, wants me to visit her. What do I do? God, these columns make me angry, but... Oh, I can respect divisive topics, or not wanting to talk about divisive topics too, but I mean, like, you don't have to go right over to, like, stranger small talk, right?
The problem is that she allows her 2 cats free run of her house. Basically, it is straight from the litter box to any surface that strikes their fancy. You are currently on it.
They're cats! That's what they do. What do you want her to do? When they come out of the litter box, stop them with a fucking hand wipe? And, like, wipe their paws off? Like, I get, get them off the counters and table. Like, when our cats jump on the table, I'm like, get the fuck off the table, right? But, like, what else are you supposed to do?
They are welcome to jump up on the kitchen counters, hang around the stove top while she is cooking, in hopes of swiping food from a pan, or simply curl up for a good long nap on the dining room table. You are
Okay. I'm still seeing... I'm still waiting for the reason not to visit. Like... like... I get... Okay.
Story continues. In the past, when I have visited, I have found myself defending whatever is on my plate from their curiosity. You are currently on it.
Okay, that's annoying.
We like cats but are not comfortable visiting her and especially eating at her house. I have told her we are not a fan of the cat free for all, but she just dismisses our concerns and insists there is nothing she can do about it. You are currently... I've expressed how I feel, but she doesn't seem to care. She will be upset that we aren't planning a visit. However, you are currently on it.
Oh my god, if only you could, like, get a hotel or something and plan day trips or something. Like, oh my god. If only there were other options. Whatever, Shelly. Why do people not know how to live anymore? I think I might like that am I the asshole thing. But seriously, like, holy crap.
What should we do?
What should you do? Get an Airbnb, get a hotel, do day trips. Why is this hard? If she gets mad at you for not staying at her house, like, if the actually, like, staying overnight in her house makes her mad that you don't do that, and she doesn't want to hang out with you because of it, well, that's her loss, and you and your husband can do sightseeing and, like, have a mini vacation for yourselves. Like, look, I've solved your problem. Isn't that amazing? I've solved your problem for you.
Catastrophic. Dear Catastrophic, Dear Catastrophic, your sister already knows how you react to the presence of these cats, but the cats live there, and you don't. You are currently on it.
Yeah.
You might split the difference by planning staying at a rental apartment during your visit. Then you could entertain her. You are currently... Story continues below.
Oh, look, she said the same thing I did.
Third-party ad content. Save frame container. Frame. End up. D. Raimi, I like your thoughtful and well-researched response to Anonymous Nancy about her crush and romantic attachment toward her therapist. Chrome has new window.
Oh boy.
However, I feel you omitted an important point. She states about her therapist. She has even said to me that she considers me a friend, as well as a client. You are currently on it.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous. If your therapist considers you a friend, I think that's a problem. Your brother once invited you over and then he drank too much so you had to sleep in the elevator. I mean, you didn't, but you did. What? You didn't have to sleep in the elevator, but you did anyways. That sounds like a you problem, not a your brother problem. If you didn't have to sleep there, why did you sleep there? Are you drunk now? That makes no sense.
From where I stand, the therapist should not have told her that. This confession to her client that she thinks of her as also a friend isn't open to or to invite the client to step into a blurry relationship.
Yep.
You are currently on a text element.
Yep. She has opened the door for transference.
I'm surprised that wasn't stated somewhere in the lengthy ethics rules you looked over. You are concerned. Dear Concerned, you are currently on a concerned. Dear Concerned, it was not stated in the ethics rules I quoted from in my response, but a therapist's bid toward friendship is absolutely a breach of the boundary, and I should have noted that. You are currently on a link. View on Toronto. Chrome has new window.
So yeah, that was the Ask Amy thing. Let's move along. Do. Okay, here we go. If this is more closer related to the Canadian election. I want to fight Amy. Wait. Like, when I counsel people, I shed my friendship with them in order to solve their problem. I wish I could do that, dude. Like, temporarily be like, nope, I'm just gonna be your counselor, and then I'll be your friend later. Like, I wish I could do that. Your friend called you a racist because you didn't vote for Obama? Wow. That's... Hey, Ghost Dog! So, next Star Trek stream is gonna be the thing that you sent me on Patreon. I'm gonna send it to the guys, and we're going to take a look at it. The Star Trek thing. So, just letting you know that your topic is next on the docket. Costin, hello. All right. Let's get this screen shared. Okay. Do. Here's the share button. Okay. So this is an opinion piece. You can always tell when it's an opinion piece because the name of the author, like the last name of the author, precedes the headline. Liberals ignorant to existent two-tier healthcare. Yeah, apparently so. And so are the NDP. Okay. So this is a picture of Mr. Trudeau visiting a veterans home in BC. Okay, here we go.
Canada's healthcare system needs a refresh. But rather than having a thoughtful and nuanced conversation about the best ways to improve our healthcare system for all Canadians... Decline button.
Why is the dentist calling me?
Answer call button.
Hold on, guys. Hello? Yes. I'm good, how are you? Mm-hmm. That's fine. Yep. No worries. Bye. Dentist appointment needed to be moved back. That's all. Sorry, guys. Hey, Keeverdam. Okay.
Heading level 2. Canada's healthcare system needs a refresh. But rather than having a thoughtful and nuanced conversation about the best ways to improve our healthcare system for all Canadians, the Liberal Party and its friends in legacy media are pushing a superficial debate based on partisanship, semantics, and fear-mongering.
Ding! Ding!
Heading. Story continues. Third-party ad content. Heading level 2. Canadians deserve better. Chrome has new window. Heading level 2. Canadians deserve better. YouTube video player. Group. You are current. Lily Unleashed. And Dove. The Liberals video. Last weekend, Liberal candidate Chrystia Freeland released a video claiming to show Conservative leader Aaron O'Toole saying he supports private health care. You are...
Oh yeah, that, the edited video. I wish I could find it. I wonder if I can find it. Let me see. If I can find it, we'll watch it after this article. Liberal Party private. No, Liberal Party. Private healthcare? See if that works. No. It was a Twitter video. I'm not gonna find it. That sucks. That sucks. Okay.
The Liberals were giddy over this alleged bombshell. The only problem is that it wasn't true. You are currently on a text element.
Yep. That's very true. They edited it pretty badly. Okay, let's see here.
The video was deceptively edited, and Twitter quickly slapped a warning label on it for viewers stating that the video was manipulated. You are...
Oh, that's true. That's right. At least Twitter did that. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, functional.
Imagine that. Imagine that. The Liberal Party, the party that has for years been warning about the dangers of fake news and advocating for the government to regulate and censor online speech, was caught red-handed pushing a fake and misleading video. You are currently on...
Yep. The irony is astounding.
This is peak liberal hypocrisy and top-notch irony. You are currently on...
Very much.
YouTube. Frame. Story continues below. Third-party ad content. Group. You are... Save frame contain... End of. Heading level 2. Both Freeland and Liberal leader Justin Trudeau spent the week pushing the idea that O'Toole wants to privatize Canada's Medicare system.
Which he doesn't.
In a selfie video that screamed desperation, Trudeau used his serious voice to warn Canadians that O'Toole wants to bring choice to healthcare. You are currently on...
Oh no! Not choice! Not choice to healthcare! Oh God! Not to be able to choose where to go to get the best healthcare you want and you need. Good God, no! How dare he want to bring that to us? Oh. Good Lord.
Aaron O'Toole confirmed he wants to bring private, for-profit healthcare to Canada. He said he supports choice in healthcare, said Trudeau in his dumbed-down and condescending message. You are currently on a text element. On what planet is choice a bad thing? The Liberals, after all, are the party that claims to be pro-choice. You are...
Right?
YouTube. More to the point. Heading level 2. More to the point. I have a news flash for Trudeau. The majority of health spending in Canada is already delivered through private, for-profit healthcare. To be specific, 55% of all healthcare spending in Canada is not covered by public insurance.
Yeah. We already have, this is what drives me insane. When I hear people who don't live in Canada, particularly, I love you Americans. I do. I love my American subscribers. But Americans have been, they've been told by their media and by certain recent Canadian media people, Roaming Millennial, that the Canadian healthcare system is completely universal, completely free, and completely worthless. Now, is it perfect? No. Are there wait times that are, ridiculous? They're long. Okay? When you go to the ER, you're going to be there for a good few hours at least. Okay? And that sucks. All right? But it is nowhere near the death trap, death panel You know, you go there and you're just put there to die bullshit that I hear about from people that don't live here, right? Like the amount of people that I hear telling Canadians that their healthcare sucks, and the Canadians are like, well, actually, it's not as bad as you think. Oh, yes, it is. Yeah, no. So, Lauren's dad had cancer. Okay. And she went on this tirade about how they had to basically like move and go to the US to get the treatment that he needed because it wasn't available here. Now, if they the only thing I can think of is that there was some experimental treatment that was offered in the States that was not approved up here. And that happens. But to say that there was no treatment available up here is absolutely a lie, because there absolutely is cancer treatment available up here, and it is very good. Like, there are very well-known cancer research hospitals up here. My uncle, yes, he did end up passing away from brain cancer, but like there was no waiting for, like, when he got the brain surgery that took the first, like, before the tumor regrew, when they removed the what was in part of what was in his brain the first time, he collapsed on the Friday and he had the surgery on the weekend. They called in a neurosurgeon or a brain surgeon to come in and help, and it was done over the weekend. Like, he did not wait. There was no, and as soon as it was discovered that he was gonna have to go into palliative care, it was, okay, here are your options. He can go into hospice, he can stay here in the hospital, or he can go home. They chose for him to go home. And guess what? My aunt had help from the doctors and guidance on how to set up the home palliative care. And like, there were doctors there every day assessing his condition and, you know, instructing her on how to, like, give him his meds and everything. Like, we have really good health care up here. Can it be improved? Absolutely. Does it need to be nationalized and turned into something of like the NHS? Fuck no. Fuck no. I Hey, Trippy. Yeah, it, like, and now she's like been using her dad um like there is no, like, there's no reason for the Liberals and the NDP to be pushing for nationalized pharmacare and nationalized healthcare. Like, there is no, most of everything that the Liberals and the NDP have in their platform this election fall under the province's jurisdiction. And I don't know if like all of the people in these parties missed civics class in high school, but about 75% of both parties' platforms are like, okay, that's provincial jurisdiction, that's provincial jurisdiction, that's provincial jurisdiction. Like, either they want to just completely scrap the whole system, or they honestly do not know how our system works.
Heading level 2. Story continues below. Third party ad content. Group. You are safe frame container. End of. Third. Heading level 2. Article content. The strange liberal notion that Canada has a pure 100% government run healthcare system is a myth.
Yeah. It is absolutely a myth. We do not have a purely national run healthcare system, government run healthcare system. And Pinkala says, and to quash the tax argument, I made like 65 grand last year, and my tax bill is $1,400. Yeah. Yeah. It's not, like, we are not Sweden, right? We do not pay 70% income tax. Like, even our income tax system is bracketed, okay? And even the richest 1% of Canadians, like the grocery store owners, the chain owners, the like Galen, like the Westons, the Rogers, I think their tax bracket is like 35%. Right? So we are not anywhere close to the to the countries that have the stupidly high tax rates and nationalized everything. I just don't understand this narrative. And I don't understand the Liberal and NDP's just huge push to make us to one of these countries. We don't need to be one of these countries. All we need is to tweak things a bit. That's all we need. We don't need a massive overhaul of a system that mostly works. We just need a bit of tweaking. And like I was saying on Friday when I went over the Liberals and the NDP's plans, they've put these huge blocks of almost incomprehensible gibberish about what they really, really wish they could do without any hows or, implementation procedures. And they've put them behind these snappy little blurbs with a learn more button. And they're betting on the fact that most Canadians are not going to want to sit there and read all of that and click that learn more button. So they just read those catchy 1 or 2 sentences on the headings and go, oh, that sounds really good. I want that. Because they're betting that the people don't have time to look and read. And when they read, go, first of all, that's not even your jurisdiction. And second of all, how the fuck do you plan on affording all of this? It's scary. This is like that 2 out of the 3 parties, the 2 out of the 3 main parties, not counting like the Green, the PPC and that, are pushing so hard for this. And then the other party is headed by this soft-spoken flip-flopper. We're fucked right now. We have no choices.
Instead, what we see in Canada is that the part of our system covered by the Canada Health Act, services provided by a physician or in a hospital, is rigid and restrictive when it comes to choice and competition. While the part of the system not covered, dental, prescription drugs, mental health, long-term care, etc., which make up the 55%, has inadequate public support for those who need it. You are currently on...
Yeah, it does. It does have inadequate public support. That sector needs to be bolstered, and the rigidity for the other stuff should be a little bit lessened. But like, for example, right? I'm on disability and I only get 8. I'm only given 8 sessions at like a community counseling place if I need in a year, if I need any mental health support. Like if I want and there's I tried to do a therapy. I tried to enroll in a therapy program last year, and there was no one-on-one like therapy that wasn't on a year-long wait list, that also wasn't something I would have to pay out of pocket for. And so the only option was a group therapy session that was done online because of COVID. And it had 15 people, which is huge for a group therapy group. Like, yeah, the Pincalo's got another point. He's saying that the Liberals are putting up the same platform that they put up in 2015 and fulfilled no promises in 6 years. But yeah, they like it was huge for a therapy group. Like you want 7 people at most in a group like that, and this had like 15 people, and it was just, it was so there was no progress. I had to back out because I'm like, I need one-on-one therapy where I can go at my own pace, not at the group's pace. And that's how the mental health, like if you're on public assistance, that's the kind of health care you're going to get for mental health, and that's not good. There needs to be better assistance for public assistance for mental health care and long-term care and stuff like that.
O'Toole's plan seeks to address these shortfalls, first by allowing more public-private partnerships in the delivery of service in the first category, and by providing more taxpayer money to help those in need in the second category.
Good.
Heading level 2. Advertisement.
See, there are parts of the conservative plan that I agree with, but
Story
it's
continues
just
below.
O'Toole sucks as a
Third-party ad
leader.
You are currently in a group. End of. Third-party ad content. Heading level 2. Article content. In fact, O'Toole has pledged to boost the annual growth rate of health transfers to the provinces from 3% to 6%, which would inject nearly $60 billion into our healthcare system over the next 10 years. You are currently on it. YouTube. So while the Liberals are alleging the Conservatives will cut healthcare, the opposite is true. O'Toole has pledged more money, more government taxpayer money, as well as allowing more private investments in healthcare than the Liberals.
Yep.
And yet, many in legacy media are all too happy to carry water for the Liberals and help push their misleading storyline. The Canadian press issued an ironically named truth test where it dissected O'Toole's claim he supports universal public health care by interviewing 2 advocates who support the Liberal position. CP concludes O'Toole can't have it both ways.
Oh my god.
This isn't journalism, and it isn't the truth. It's partisan activism masquerading as journalism. You are currently...
And this is what's going on in both the States and Canada, right? We've got media, instead of doing actual journalistic investigative reporting and looking at all sides of things and pointing out the truths and the lies from everybody, is just deciding that they're just going to play partisanship. And that is not helpful to the general public. We need to know what's going on, and we need to know the truth about what's going on. Oh yeah, the Pincalo's reminding me about the couples counselor who was not in a relationship, and we were pretty sure he was gay. So we were going to, like, we tried to do, like, I think we got 3 sessions out with this guy, and we just stopped going because he was focusing on, like, he had 4 words that we shouldn't use during an argument. And 3 of them were pronouns that you cannot have a sentence without using. Like, it was like, don't use the word you, and don't use the word why, and don't use the word always. Or it was like, what? What? Why are we focusing on that? What? Just, what is going on here? It was weird.
Canadians deserve better health care, but in order to get there, we need to have an honest conversation about the strengths and weaknesses of our system.
Yep.
Canadian healthcare is already mostly private. Anyone, in journalism or in politics, who tries to tell you otherwise is manipulating the truth. You are...
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Spittlebuggies. Yeah, it was... Ugh.
Heading level 2. Share this article in your
So
Chrome
yeah,
window.
that's that article. Let's see here. Oh my god, that's all the articles I've got pulled up right now, and my allergies are causing my throat to ache. So I'm going to end here. And so I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to try to multi-stream my Twitch stream over here to YouTube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the Twitch stream. Then I'm going to start the StreamYard stream and screen share the Twitch stream onto what's it called? The StreamYard. So what I'll be doing is I will be checking the StreamYard chat between sets because the PlayStation will be reading out Twitch chat to me. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing tonight. So be sure you can catch me either on Twitch or on YouTube. If you're having trouble with like your Twitch mobile, that's gonna be a way you can watch. So thank you for watching, and catch Functional and I on Wednesday for Canadian Wednesday. Have an awesome day, guys, and like I said, if you're in the hurricane zone, try to stay as safe as you can. Bye, guys.